The poorest countries in South America. The continent South America, also generically referred to as Latin America, is a small continent with a total area of 6,888,062 square miles, or 17,840,000 square kilometers. Surrounded by oceans, a sea, and North America, South American countries can be expected to be among the top richest, but there are relatively very poor people out of this continent. Let us explore the world of the poorest countries in South America. Number 1. Bolivia. Bolivia has been topping the table of the poorest countries in South America for the past 10 years, and it is not prepared to concede the position. Yes, the country's GDP shows some little progress, but it is too slow or too little to make any significant difference. Ranking below African countries of Libya, Morocco, and Namibia, Bolivia, with a population of about 1 million, can rank among the top poorest countries on Earth. The landlocked country has not taken advantage of arable land to produce food that can be exported in addition to its extensive gas reserves and mining activities. Bolivia's GDP per capita is $8,525. Number 2. Ecuador. Ecuador lists second among the poorest countries in Latin America. With its population of about 17 million, Ecuador is not doing enough as an economy supported by petroleum. The country of diverse ethnic groups and tribes is now looking to the exportation of agricultural produce. Considering the affluence of some sectors of Ecuador, you hardly will agree that it ranks poor. However, when you see a lot of inequity, which creates another huge class of poor people, you will agree that the Latin American nation is among the top poorest countries ranked according to GDP per capita, which currently sits at $11,866. Number 3. Paraguay. Paraguay, a landlocked country surrounded by Argentina, Bolivia, and Brazil, is in the list of poorest countries in South America. Of course, the country with lots of swampland, forest, and savanna should go into agriculture with such vast arable land. Therefore, Paraguay leads in exportation of soybeans worldwide. The poor South American nation also exports electricity generated through its abundant hydroelectric plants. But for the relatively low GDP per capita, Paraguay has no reason to remain a poor nation in South America, whose population of 6 million belongs to middle-income people. Paraguay's current GDP per capita is $13,200. Number 4. Peru. Next on the list of the poorest countries in South America is Peru, a nation of 3.8 million people. The country, measuring about 4.6 million square miles, 12 million square kilometers, buys most of its food as agriculture, is not so much in practice among Peruvians. However, this one of the poorest Latin American nations derives 15% of its income from the mining industry, in addition to the service delivery sector and manufacturing industries that engage most of the Peruvians. Peru's GDP per capita is $15,399. Number 5. Suriname. Suriname, the only Dutch-speaking country in South America, is also among the poorest countries in the continent. With a population of 575,990, the small country occupies about 63,700 square miles, or 165,000 square kilometers. Poor countries in Latin America thrive in agriculture, and Suriname is not exempted. It depends on tourism for income. Suriname is reducing its poverty rate and gradually getting out of the list of the top poorest countries in South America due to its economy and cultural ties with the Netherlands. Suriname's GDP per capita is $16,044. Number 6. Colombia. Colombia is the 6th among the poorest countries in South America. The country has a lower GDP per capita because it cannot take 21.8% of its young people out of the labor market. If these active youths had been employed in the services sector, the highest employer in the country and the contributor of 62.1% of the GDP in the manufacturing industry, which contributes 30.8%, and employs next in the agriculture, which accounts for 7%, the country will not be in the list of poorest nations in South America. After all, the textile industry is thriving in Colombia alongside coal, food processing, footwear, gold, coal, and electronics. Colombia's GDP per capita currently sits at $16,265. Number 7. Brazil. Giant Brazil is struggling not to be listed among the poorest countries in South America, but it is currently the 7th poorest country in the continent. with a population of 211 million and a landmass of 32.8 square miles, or 8.5 million square kilometers. The largest Portuguese-speaking country in the world earns its foreign exchange from natural resources, such as gold, iron, and uranium. Being a top soccer-playing nation, the Brazilian economy thrives in this game. 9.4% of Brazilians are in the agriculture sector, while industry and service sectors employ 32.1% and 58.5% respectively. Exports from Brazil include aircraft, cement, motor vehicles, iron ore, shoes, and textiles. Brazil's GDP per capita currently sits at $17,106. What are the poorest countries in South America doing to improve things for themselves? While they are doing well in sports, they need to imitate European countries that are converting it to big businesses. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.